So here we go now. Now we're going to roll. So as I was saying, okay, this is kind of like a little more difficult elimination problems because there's in difficult, there's one more step we have to do now, a little more thinking, okay? So here's our new step we have to do, okay? You'll notice all the next steps are the same thing. Add together the equations to eliminate the variable with opposite coefficients, solve for the remaining variable, plug your answer into one of the original equations to find the other one, okay? Very similar to what we've done before. But this new step that we have to do now, we're going to have to multiply one or both equations by a number to make opposites, okay? So again, we've kind of already done this already. If you look at example 1, right? If we add these equations together, the way they're now written, will any variables eliminate? No. We have a positive 6 and a positive 6. They will add to make positive 12. We have 11 and a 9. They will add to make positive 20. So we'll have 12x and 20y, and that doesn't really eliminate a variable. Okay? But, okay, right. We can make opposites here. We are very close to opposites. They're the same. Let's just multiply by -1. Doesn't matter whether we multiply the top or bottom by -1. Nope. So which one do you want to do, top or bottom? Bottom. All right, I heard bottom. Let's go. So bottom times -1. All right. I'm going to draw a little arrow here. The top one's not changing at all, so we're just going to leave it. The bottom one, to make opposites, we're going to multiply by -1. And so -1 times 6, -6x. -1 times 9, -9y. -1 times -3, +3. Okay? Do we have opposites now?
Yes.
Yes. So what should we do with our two equations? Add them up. I thought you were going to say, Olivia. Yeah, add them together. So plus 6 plus -6 cancels. 11 plus a -9 is going to be 2. -5 plus 3, -2. Okay? And now at this point, this is old news to us now. We know what to do from here, right? So let's go to Trey. Trey, from here, what should we do? Divide both sides by? You got it. Very good, sir. We get y equals -1. So I go over here to my little solution. -1 can go in the y coordinate there. Trey, are we done? No. What do we got to do still? Sub it in. Doesn't matter what equation I plug it back into. Does it matter, Trey, what equation I plug it back into? No, sir. That's right. Which one do you want to plug it back into, Trey? Top one. This one right here? 6x plus 11, not a y anymore. We're going to plug -1 in for that y, equals -5. So it's going to be 6x plus 11 times -1 equals -5. Okay? Very good. And then we just solve from here, right? So let's see here. So Anna, how should we solve from here? What should we do? Oh, sorry. I said Anna again. Actually, Hannah, you go ahead. Anna, we'll hold off for a different question. Go ahead, Hannah. So we have 6 minus 11 equals -5. Okay?
Yeah, and then add 11 to the -5.
And so we get 6x equals, and -5 plus 11 is 6. Divide it, and we get 1. Okay? And so we put a 1 there. And then there's our answer. Ooh, I kind of bumped my hand. There we go. Okay? Okay? That's it. Okay? Questions on that first one there. That's what we saw yesterday, right? Why is this negative? So back to what we did originally up here, right? Multiply everything by -1. We did that. Okay. Let's take a look at the next one. This next one, if I add these two equations, again, we're using elimination, right? If we were using substitution, or if I was graphing, I'd be asking different questions, but we're trying to use elimination here. I'm trying to eliminate a variable when we add them together. If I were to add these two equations together right now, would a variable eliminate? No. Okay. Can I fix it by just multiplying the top or bottom by -1? No. Okay, look, right? If I multiply the top by -1, -x and 3x won't cancel. -2y and 3y will not cancel. If I multiply the bottom by -1, I'll have a -3 and a +1, or a -3 and a +2. They don't cancel. Okay? So, Scott, what do you want to say? And I'll go to Olivia here. Which one? The top one. Olivia, is that what you're going to say too? Multiply the top one by -3. So, Olivia, so Scott gave us the -3 there. Olivia, why do you want to multiply the top one by -3? What's that going to do for us?
It's gonna, since the x is a 1, it's gonna turn into...
Right, we have a 1x. We want to make that opposite to +3 here, and so we're going to multiply the top by -3. Okay, just like that. Okay. Multiply the top one by a -3 so that they will have opposite coefficients. So let's distribute. Oh, question?
Since it's 3 and the large, you multiplied -3, why wouldn't you multiply -1? Couldn't you do that?
You could multiply. Well, okay, I'll come to that in a second. Hang on. So let me finish multiplying here. So -3x, -6y equals -18, and then 3x plus 3y equals -6. Okay, sorry, Grayson. Back to your question again. What was that?
So would you be able to multiply the top by -1 instead of -3?
You absolutely could multiply the top one by -1 if you wanted to. The problem is, if I multiply the top just by -1, okay, I'll have -1x and a -2y there, right? If I were to add the equations together, they're not going to cancel. You see the problem with that? So we want to pick a number that's going to, when we multiply, it will create an opposite. So that's why the -3 there. Okay, and there's other ways to do it too, and we'll talk about that as well. Yeah, sometimes we're going to have to multiply. Sometimes we're going to have to multiply the top and the bottom equation by something, but not in this case. Okay. So again, we just multiply the top one by -3 because we can get an easy opposite there, and now we'll add them together. Again, this is old information now. So the -3 and the 3 will cancel. -6 and +3, -3. Okay, -18 plus -6 makes -24. Okay. And let's go to Caitlin. Caitlin, at this point, what should we do now? Divide both sides by? You got it. Y equals 8. And then what should we do with that 8 then, Caitlin? Which equation do you want to plug it into, top and bottom? Let's do in the top one. I like that one too. All right, x plus 2 times 8 equals 6. Okay. 2 times 8 is 16, and then subtract 16 on both sides. X equals -10. Oops, I'm off the screen. There we go. So we get -10, 8. Okay. I plugged that 8 back into the very original x plus 2y equals 6 there. I got you, Jackson. I plugged that into the very original problem. Okay, very original x plus 2y equals 6. Okay, but you can plug that 8 into the y here, or the y here, or the y here, and then solve for the remaining x. Your choice. Okay? Questions on anything from 1 or 2 here? Okay. So let's flip our paper over. I got one more I got to show you here. Okay. All right, and this one is the hardest it's going to get, I would say. Okay, this is the hardest it's going to get. Okay, again, we're being forced to use elimination here, although I would say elimination is probably still the best strategy to use here. I wouldn't really want to use graphing because it's not solved for y. I wouldn't really want to use substitution because one of these is not already solved for y or x here. Elimination is nice because it's already got everything lined up. The problem, though, is do we have any opposites here? We don't, do we? Right? 3 and 2 are not opposites. 4 and -3 are also. They're opposite signs, but not opposite numbers. So what we're going to do now, Okay, and also if I multiply the top or bottom by -1, it's not going to fix things, right? If I did this, it'd be, -2 and 3, that's not opposites. Or +3 and 4 would not be opposites there. So what we're going to have to do now is kind of just pick a variable we want to eliminate. So which one do you guys want to eliminate, x or y? I heard x. Okay, let's do x. Oh, okay, I'll show you y's too. It doesn't matter really which one you want to do here. Okay, so what do we want to multiply this by here? Well, you can clue in by looking at what you've got right here. We have a coefficient of 2, so what we're going to do is multiply the top equation by +2. Okay? What's the coefficient of x going to be now? Well, let's go ahead and see. We're going to get a 6x plus 8y equals -50. Okay? So I'm using the bottom coefficient to multiply it to the top equation. Multiply by 2. Okay? So maybe I'll draw like a little arrow there to show that. Okay. Now, what do I need to multiply this bottom equation by? What do I have to multiply it by? -3? Cameron, is that what you're going to say? -3? Yeah, -3. Because right now I've got a 2 here, and I need to make the opposite of 6. Right? I've got a 2 here already. I need to get an opposite of 6. So I need -6x down here. How can I make a 2 become -6? Multiply by -3. Okay? And so we get -6x plus 9y equals -18. Okay? Do we have opposites now? Yes. All right, so again, this should be pretty straightforward then from here, right? So let's go ahead and just finish the rest of it off there. Okay, so we'll add these two together. 6x and -6x cancels. 8 and 9 make 17. -50 and -18 make -68. Divide both sides by 17. Okay. Oof, I think that's 4. It is, okay. Yeah. Okay, -4, I should say. Okay. Okay, and then once we get y equals -4, we'll plug it back in. Let's just plug it in. I'm going to pick the bottom one. So we'll do 2x minus 3 times -4 equals 6. Okay? So we get 2x plus 12 equals 6. Again, -3 times -4, positive 12, subtract 12 from both sides. -6, divide both sides by 2. X equals -3. So the answer is -3, -4. Okay. So we got 2 problems here I'm going to have you guys try, but I'm going to help you get started, okay? I'm going to help you get started here on one of these. Actually, I'll help you get started on both of them, okay? Let's take a look at both these, and then I'll have you guys finish them off, okay, for the practice. So let's look at this next one here for the more practice. Okay, let's look at this next one here for the more practice. Okay. Let's go to Brady. Brady, right now, if I added these 2 equations together, would a variable eliminate? No. 4 plus 3 would make 7. Y plus 2y is going to make 3y. So right now they are not opposites. Brady, can I fix it by multiplying the top or the bottom by like a -1? No, it still wouldn't make opposites, right? I would have -3 and +4. They're not exact opposites. Was that? -2 where? Yeah. So you'll notice here we have a 1 in front of that y. We can make it opposite of the 2 if we multiply the top by -2. Okay? Do we have to do it that way? No. Okay. Let's say, for example, we wanted to eliminate the x's instead. Yeah, let's say we wanted to eliminate the x's instead. What would I multiply the top one by? 3. And then that would give us 12x plus 3y equals 27. What would I need to multiply the bottom one by to get the opposite of 12? A negative 4. Yep, and then you could go from there, okay? Okay, so I'll let you guys choose. Do you want to do this one, or do you want to do this one? Your choice, okay? You guys can finish the rest of that one off. Let's take a look at the last one here then, too. Okay? All right, let's go to Eric. Eric, if I add right now, the way they're written, Eric, will either of these cancel out?
The 12s will cancel out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm skipping on down to this one. I'm gonna have you guys finish one in a second. So at this bottom one here, Eric, will any of these cancel out if we add them up right now?
Well, no.
No. That's right. Okay. So, and also if we multiply by like a -1, none of these are going to cancel either. So Eric, what variable do you want to try and cancel? The x or the y's?
Try the x.
Let's do the x's. Okay. So what do you want to multiply the top equation by to cancel to eliminate the x's? What should we multiply by?
5.
Yep. Do a 5. Okay, and that's going to make 10x plus 15y equals 5. And then what can I multiply this 5x by to get the opposite of 10x?
-2.
A -2. You got it. Okay, so we'll get -10x minus 14y equals -6. Okay, and we'll go ahead and add this together. All right? All right, so go ahead, folks, finish those off. All right? Finish off these 2 problems here that I left for you. All right, go ahead and finish them off. All right. So I'm going to do these here too real quick. That's interesting how they turned out. Okay. Yeah. Good. Add 2 to both sides, yeah. And then both sides. Good. Okay. Good. Okay. Shut up. You do it correctly. Okay, it is. Good job. Sarah, you're doing okay so far? Sounds very certain at the yes. No. So what's where you trouble? Well, it's -12x minus 12x minus 12x. They're going to cancel out. Exactly. So they're gone. Yes, you just eliminate. What? Now that your y's though, your y's don't cancel, right? What's 3 plus 8? I'll be careful. It should be -4 times +2 should be negative. Right? -4 times 2 should be negative. So what's 3 minus 8? Well, that's okay. What's -5? That's so sad. Have you? Okay. And 27 minus 32 is going to be
Well, this problem here.
okay, you know that, right? Keep going, though. It's on X as well. You're all okay here? And then they see it.
It's not why they're
Yeah, it's
Well, why do they-
and that one thing then messed everything else off because then you plug that in the wrong answer. So yeah, good job, good job. So okay, like this is not correct. So the original ones we had to you plugged into the top one here. Be -3, but you're gonna add 3. Bring it over, right? Okay. This looks good. This one. Yes, right here. Right. So 5 times 2, 10. 5 times 3. That should be. And then 5 times 1. 5 there. So that should be 15, and that should be. Okay, and then rework your work here. Looks good.
That's supposed to be
Good.
one.
Yes, you
I
may.
said we're gonna.
I'll be right. Sorry, I'll be right there. Wait 1 second. How are you doing here?
That's one.
All right. So you know what to do from here. Okay. Add the equation together. So those will cancel. You'll have 1y. That's easy, real quick.
I was
And
just
then
right.
5 to -6.
I just accidentally had it.
So you have the first one to -1. So you just plug back in and solve for your x.
Y.
Okay.
Grading.
All right. Caleb, solid. Feeling okay on this stuff? Good job.
First one.
Yes. Good job, Brady. Now we're still working here. Okay, you got y with -1, but go
Yeah,
ahead and
do
plug
the
back
next
in.
one.
Get the magic x value, right?
So you can get that one done.
I'll just push it off too much.
Okay, I'll throw it in.
Just come on, Brady.
Grayson doing all right?
Yeah, we're done.
Don't be here. Stop.
Careful. It was y. It was 1y equals -1. So when you divide both sides by 1, what's -1 divided by 1? -1. You put a So just put -1 for the y, and you're gonna plug back in and solve for your x. Okay. Fix that. All right. How are you doing here? It should be positive 3 for the x value.
Pretty.
I will try. All right.
So your Y is either.
Okay, so you got the y value, and it should be positive 1 because it's positive 5 out of positive 5, positive 1. And then you plug back in. Don't forget to plug back in and get the matching x coordinate. Eric, nicely done, sir. Good job. Eric, are you doing all right? Okay, looking good so far. Ian, you got it okay? I'll be right there. Sorry. 1 sec. Yes, good. You want me to look at your Yeah, if you want to. I can tell you right now. So you want me to help you right now? Okay. So we got the y, and that's right. Good job. Okay. So now we're gonna plug that 1 in. You can plug it into the y here, or the y here, and then solve for the x. Okay. So you pick which equation you want to do it in. The bottom one. Okay. So you're gonna write 3x plus 2, and then parentheses, and we're gonna sub in 1. Yep. Equals 8, and now solve the equation. Okay. Give you guys a few more minutes, like 1 or 2 more minutes here to finish up. Those of you guys that are done, thank you for your patience. I appreciate it. Are you feeling okay on this stuff? Okay, then yes. Mr. Wiz made a copy here. Okay, I think most everyone's done the first one, so I'll go ahead and post that up here just so you guys can see the first one that I asked you to do right there. Okay. 2-1. Questions on that first one there? 2, 1. All good? All right, last one then. 2, -1. Ugh, not very exciting, right? 2, 1, and 2, -1. There they are. Okay. Questions on either of those two? Feeling good on that stuff? Okay, so here's what I'm going to give for you guys then. This is actually, I got 4 questions for you, and you have almost like 25, a little over 25 minutes to finish 4 questions, okay? So we're probably not going to have, many of you probably won't have homework tonight. I know it's going to be really disappointing to you. I apologize, for having to do that for you, but I know. So, but here, there's a bit of a catch here, so I want to kind of show you, it's a bit of a different kind of problem. All right, so here's how this is going to work. Okay, this is called the system of equations relay race. Okay, first thing I want you to notice about this, problem 1 is here, problem 2 is here, but problem 3 is here. You see, you're going to go from here to here to here to here. Okay, you'll notice also problem 2 has a blank, so does problem 3, so does problem 4. You're going to fill in the blank of problem 2, okay? The blank from problem 2 is the y coordinate from problem 1. The blank from problem 3 is the y coordinate for the answer for problem 2. The blank for problem 4 is the y coordinate for the answer from problem 3. So, be careful, right? Because if you mess up problem 1, then you're going to mess up problem 2, problem 3, and problem 4, okay? So be careful with that. And of course, we'll come around and help you to make sure you're doing okay. Next question. Yes, but you're going to use the y coordinate from this answer and put it in for the x coefficient. Thank you, Mr. Hare. The x coefficient right here. So yep, you use the y coordinate from the previous problem to put into the blank for the current problem kind of thing. Okay? If you guys want to work together with someone else, you can move around the room. That's fine with me. Okay, but please make sure you work. Please make sure you are working. Okay? If you get a little too chit-chatty, I might have to break you up. All right. So before you start moving on, you need this paper. And I'll come around and help if you need help. Yep, it's the y coordinate. The y coordinate around the problem fills in the blank. So fun. Here, will you pass me over there? There you go. The front and back are the same, folks. The front and back are the same. So.
Wait, we gotta do back to
Yeah, Brady. Yes, Brady. You have to do that.
I got it.
I'm not sure like a masochist or something like that.
That was
Okay. Oh yeah. There you go. Thank you. Again, once you get that first problem done, if you just want to check in with me or Mr. Stever or something like that, or Kurt here, just to make sure that you put the number in the right spot, the right number in the right spot for the number 2, please feel free to ask about that. We'll be happy to come around and help.